Hello everyone, this is Anna Maida from ISC 2220 of the fall 2020. I'll be presenting and talking about APAMA and HTTP. APAMA is a kernel level subsystem that works by using a unique policy profile for each of the applications and services. You may want protection. For those profiles contain lists of capabilities and file system access rights that reduce potential risk surface area. All forms of access not specifically defined in an application or service profile are denied. E.g., if one finds a way to inject and launch a malicious code through Apache, it is likely that Apache will not work, or if Apache is protected by APAMA and the associated profile, it will not allow any sort of executive privileges. APAMA support was first introduced in Ubuntu version 7.04 and is turned on by default in version 7.10 and later. APAMA confinement in Ubuntu is application-specific profiles available for specific binaries. With each release, the profiles are shipped by default with more planned. If a profile is not available for an application, users may create a profile and add it to /etc/apama.d. If a profile is not defined for a particular binary, the binary is not confined. The following are a list of commands, and you can read from them as it is. There should be the following users should be aware of the risks, which are as follows. Basically, on the identity of our user, it does not protect against malicious processes due to its susceptibility, and can also allow remote attackers to corrupt behavior of programs in order to carry out malicious actions. End users face risk against malicious processes like PDF readers, media players, and web browsers and email clients. Generally, programs can act with full authority of the end user, regardless of how trustworthy the program is. There is a difference between HTTP and HTTPS and HTTP, and we'll go over them. The HTTP is as follows. HTTPS, or otherwise Hyper Transfer Protocol Secure, also known as Secure Socket or SSL. It secures the web today using transport layer security. It encrypts and decrypts user page requests. This principle motivation in the authentication of the access website and protection of the privacy and integrity of the exchange, while data transits protects against man-in-the-middle attacks. Protects against eavesdropping. This is done by bidirectional encryption of communication between client and server. In practice, this provides a reasonable assurance that one is actually communicating without interference by attackers with the website that is the one is intending to communicate with, as opposed to an imposter. To enable to configure HTTPS on Windows Server. To enable HTTPS or SSL in iOS, first must obtain a certificate that is used to encrypt and decrypt the information as that is transferred over the network. ISS includes its own certificate request tool that can be used to send a certificate request to certification authority. This tool simplifies the process of obtaining a certificate. If you use Apache, you can obtain the certificate manually in both iOS and Apache. You receive a certificate file from the certification authority, which you must configure on the computer. Apache reads the certificate from its source file by using SSL CA certificate file directive. However, in ISS, you can configure it and manually certificate by using the directory security tab of the website or folder properties. I'll leave it here for you to read. Configuring HTTPS using Apache on Ubuntu. I'll leave it. Create a certificate file under etc/ssl directory, then make adjustments to configurations. Create configuration snippet to specify strong default SSL settings. Second, modify included SSL Apache virtual host file to point to your generated SSL certificates. It is recommended you modify the unencrypted virtual host file to automatically redirect requests to the encrypted virtual host. When finished, you should have a secure configuration. On the HTTP side, the HTTP or the Hypertext Transfer Protocol is a web protocol that is sent between the user and another web page. It also runs on the application layer of the OSI model and sits on top of the TCP/IP protocols on the Transmission Control Protocol. TCP/IP protocol, also known as TCP, it maintains a server connections. IP, also known as the Internet Protocol, ensures profile delivery from server to user through the use of Internet. It has a three-way handshake, also known as TCP/IP handshake. It's when a client system via transmission control shoots a synchronized packet out of the server over the Internet, and the awaiting server then responds via the Internet protocol. The synchronized package packs along with acknowledgement of the receipt of the packet to the client system, then responds back via transmission control protocol with the acknowledgement of the receipt of the packet. Now there is a complete establishment of both the client system and the server system. Finally, here are the references that I use. Thank you.